Hey you, and welcome to another Intero Real Estate Agent Insight. In this episode, we have Chris Lewis, one of our newest agents who's actually a full-time dad, working a full-time job and making the transition into real estate. Learn what held him back for so long to make the actual jump, but most importantly, the mindset and the stories that he told himself of why he couldn't do this. So if you're ready to learn, let's take some good notes and let's go. Hey guys, so welcome to another episode of the Intero Real Estate Agent Insight. And today I have a special surprise for you guys. I have one of the newest member to the Intero Real Estate family here in Bakersfield, Chris Lewis.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Super excited to have you here, Chris. Thank you so much for taking the time, right? I know that, you've been in real estate now for 4 months, and you have a lot of traction. There's a lot of things happening for you right now. So I know that, doing this for us is very special. So thank you, man.
Hey, well, first off, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunities. It's definitely been a journey, and these last 4 months is something that I'm definitely enjoying. It's definitely a learning curve.
Awesome.
I'm learning a lot.
And we're super excited to have Chris here because not only is Chris, obviously in his first 4 months of being in the real estate business, but most importantly, guys, Chris is a part-time agent looking to make the full transition into this business, currently working another job. So we'll get into that, part of his story and what he's doing, but we're super excited to have him here and super excited to really, give you guys an inside look of the mind of a transitioning agent, somebody that's working currently right now a job, but also building his real estate empire. So super excited. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gradually trying to move away from working my job. I've been doing security for years. Before I got into this, I was doing security. I was also doing video production. I was doing things like that. So I kind of got a feel for prospecting, for trying to find different ways to generate leads. Totally different from what I'm experiencing in real estate. There's a lot of back work that I didn't have to do as basically a marketing person for a security company versus marketing my own business now and learning different products that I'm selling. I mean, I was selling security services versus trying to sell homes to people.
Makes sense. Where were you at before you even got into real estate?
So where I was at is I was everywhere. I was putting my hands in everything, not really being focused on one thing. I took the classes for real estate about 5 years ago, about 5 years ago.
5 years?
And it took me 5 years to just say, hey, I'm going to go take the test. I spoke to some people that were, going through the same fear that I was having. I feared failing. Which is one of the biggest things, failing. So that kind of held me back from trying to get my license. I think I say about...
Now, failing in the business or failing the test?
Failing the test.
Oh, failing the test. Okay.
Yeah, failing the test. I mean, when you first take the classes, you're thinking like, hey, real estate's going to be fairly easy.
Yeah.
But the test, getting through that first stage, I think that's what held me back from a lot of things.
And to share something about the test, I think that people don't understand that the real estate industry is a business on its own, right? The licensing process is a business on its own, right? And so the system of getting a license and the business of getting a license is set up to trigger the people to fail. A lot of people don't know that, right? They expect. There's obviously very few that do go in and they pass their test, but there's a lot more people that takes them multiple times to pass.
Yes.
So I just wanted to throw that out there. So if you're thinking about taking a test, just know that there's things that you have to do and take to pass your test. But if you fail multiple times, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's part of the process. So
yeah, I can't think of any agents that I've asked that passed it the first try. Okay. Did you?
I know of a very few.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna give them a secret. I'm gonna tell you something.
Okay.
Right? That the very few that have passed it on their first time, my question is, how successful are they in the actual business itself? See, at the end of the day, would you agree? Nobody's asking you, hey, Chris, what score did you get on your
No.
on your test, right?
Everyone's asking, have you sold a home yet?
There it is.
And those are, I feel like, the most important parts of it. I guess when you're starting off trying to get your real estate license, that's not what you're thinking about. You're just thinking about getting through that first step. And I feel like fear played a big part in that. In this business, you definitely have to be fearless. I've learned that being here at Intero Real Estate, just trying a different approaches to this business, not getting discouraged. That was one of the biggest things. I was very discouraged with the whole situation, just the whole process in general. Switching over to a different career, it's definitely a little discouraging.
Okay. So you talked about fear. You talk about discouragement. What else held you back? Because you just said right now it took you 5 years to even take the test. So fear, discouragement, what else?
Just everyday life.
Okay.
You know, you got family, I was actually doing the developmental disabled field. I was working with the disabled people, and I was, teaching them things, and some of them at that time was telling me things about real estate because I was studying as I was helping them, and just trying to make money and still work on getting into a career. And when you're getting into this career, knowing if you're gonna make some money, and that's important too.
What was your take about real estate? What did you think, or what were your thoughts about real estate?
My thoughts was I can sell homes and make money. Like it was like simple. That's all it was. It was like, hey, you can sell homes and you can make money. Now, being in it now, thinking about it, it's like, no, it's not that easy. And one of the things that I always was thinking, which was probably one of the dumb things on my part, was financial freedom. I was thinking not financial freedom, but freedom in general. Yeah. And no, that doesn't happen in real estate. You don't get freedom right off the back. I think that's something you have to work for.
And I feel like that's something, that we need to highlight. Financial freedom, period. It comes with work. It comes with pain. It comes with dedication, right? Before you can actually experience the freedom. And we talk about a lot, with the agents and as Intero as a company as a whole, we talk about the difference between income and actually building an empire or a business, right? Now that you're in this, what is your take on the difference between making an income and actually building a business?
I would say time management. Time management is going to help you get an income. I think when I started off, it was more of thinking about getting the income to get more time. Right now, I feel like if I can manage my time better, I can manifest more income in this business, I feel. You probably know, you'd be on the phone. You told me you'd probably be on the phone all day and probably not doing the right things, as opposed to if you time management, put prospecting, put times where you're going to do your showings and times like that, money will start coming to you and manifesting in that way. Awesome. And basically it's a way to establish your business as opposed to just establishing money. You can make a lot of money probably, but you'll probably come with a lot of stress if you don't time manage.
Yeah. Because this career is very stressful.
Very.
The demand of attention, the demand that this career requires is very, very demanding. And if you're not ready for it, and if you don't have the right environment, the right guidance, you can easily get lost and really find yourself in a position where you might say, maybe this is not for me. Because it is a fact to point out that most people, most first-time agents quit within their first year. And I believe the fact that, the stat out there is like 70% of first-time agents or first-year licensed agents quit. Because of lack of vision, right, or guidance, or time management, right, over stress, or even the demand that it requires, or the attention. Attention
exactly. That's important.
Business requires.
Yeah, and I'm slowly but surely learning that. It's looking at, how other agents operate. I'm an observer. One thing that I really like to do is observe. And just watching how others operate, it's definitely something that needs to be touched and talked about. Before anyone that's trying to join real estate, I think that's something you really want to look into and consider. I got a question, when you were starting off, what was some of the struggles that you feel you basically go through in this real estate market? Was there anything that you were expecting and wasn't expecting when you got into it?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I as an agent, when I made this transition, were expecting, and then obviously was different. And one of the biggest ones was that is a total different language.
Okay.
Right? I came from sales, and I came from supervisor positions and management positions where I knew the talent, the skill, the motivation, the resilience that I had, right? But the biggest thing is, I feel like some people come with that type of experience into the industry and can get lost because they're like, hey, they're not coachable. They're not, they're not willing to learn from somebody else, right? But when I came to this, I knew that I had to kind of say, okay, get off my horse that I've been on, and I gotta be a soldier and walk and learn and observe just like you, and be a sponge.
Yes, definitely.
And I think that was the biggest, for me, biggest realization that the first 30 days I walked in like, oh, I can make calls because I've been doing it for so long. I could, but once I created that opportunity of making a call, right? What do I say? How do I say it? When do I say it? The psychology behind understanding how to generate or convert more real estate sales. Totally different from where I came from, right? So, I think that's something that with us here, I know that's something with us here on Intero, we really focus on. We focus on helping you sharpen your skills. We help you sharpening, the confidence that we need to create and to generate more opportunities. Would you agree?
Yes,
right?
Definitely.
And then also not just generate and create opportunities, but convert those opportunities into potential sales, right?
Yes.
So now that you're in this business, what is your take about lead generating now?
One, it's probably one of the most important things in real estate. It's very important. Meet new people. That's going to be a very big thing, meeting new people and learning people. But not only that, consistency, following up and being consistent. Not everyone you talk to is going to want to talk to you. Not everyone you talk to is going to want to talk to you, but you got to be consistent. You got to be a little bit aggressive, I feel. But I do think without leads, there's no real estate business, I don't feel. If we don't work on generating leads, or when we're doing good, still working on leads, that's gonna determine how long we will be in this business.
Yeah. And there's a word that you said the word aggressive. And I love to point this out because there's a difference is there a difference to you between the word aggressive and determined?
Thin line.
Right?
Thin line, very thin line.
Very thin line, because I feel like the word aggressive is used by a lot of people in a negative way. Or like you just said right now, we have to be aggressive. Most people will see that as he's just a pushy salesman. But realistically, there's no difference between being aggressive and being determined. Right?
I think, from what I've experienced, clients kind of need an aggressive agent right now.
Right, yeah.
So I don't know if that's going to apply to me, later on down the road. Maybe I'll have to not be as aggressive. But I think being an aggressive agent now, considering what we're going through, yes, it's very important. There's a lot of, some of my clients came to me because some agents weren't following up, and being aggressive and trying to say, hey, let's go see homes, let's go do this. I've really felt that made, and maybe that could be determination, but I really felt like that separates some agents from others.
And you know what? You brought up a good point. The current state of the market states that, right now everybody's doing good. Everybody has, homes that they're selling. Everybody has buyers for days, right? But there's a difference of one thing you're doing and one thing that I noticed you're doing, Chris. There's a lot of real estate agents waiting for it to happen, right? What does that mean? They're waiting for people to reach out to us, to you, to make the call of, hey, I'm ready to buy, or you guys are waiting, or we're waiting for them to call and say, hey, I'm ready to go see.
Yep,
right?
Exactly.
And one thing I noticed about you, Chris, is that you're not waiting for it to happen. You're going out and you're making it happen. So you're pushing the envelope every single day. And I think that's one of the reasons why you were, for the month of August, you were the agent of the month. Not only, right? Not only because the production showed for you for the month of August, but most importantly because you've been so consistent with the actions, right? The follow up. And again, guys, working 2 jobs, right? With the actions and the activities that it takes to make it in this business.
Yeah, and I think, like you were saying, determination. As being a new agent, I kind of have a point to prove, Not to other people, not to you, not to Intero, but to myself. I want to make sure that this is something that I can do forever. I love the business. I love seeing homes. I love meeting new people. I love that. So being able to experience that, share it with the people out there, I really think that adds to my drive, to my determination. Going to work and working those hours also adds to my determination. I don't want to work 2 jobs for the rest of my life. I'd rather spend it with my family and enjoy it. But I definitely think, yeah, determination, being a new agent, coming into this business is definitely one of the reasons why I'm kind of like, hey, there's no time for sleep.
And I want to be clear with something, guys. I want to be clear with something that is actually a value proposition that you as a new agent bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's something that you can use for your arsenal when it comes to your presentation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you are dealing with sellers or buyers, where you say, "Hey, look, I'm new in the business. I got to prove myself.
Mm-hmm.
This is the reason why. Or this is exactly why people like you hire me, is because you see the determination, the aggressiveness,
mm-hmm.
but most importantly, the drive and the energy to get it done."
Exactly.
So in my eyes, believe it or not, that's an attribute that you can show and that you have, and that's the reason why you are making it so far.
Yeah, trying to create new energy. I think that's important. I mean, and it's good to be around people that's in the business, matching the same energy that I have.
I was about to say that, because the key is to maintain that same energy, that same drive, on the same direction, right? Because big part of what people need right now in this current state is they need leadership.
Yes.
They need people that understand how to win the offer. They need people that's going to teach them how to net top dollar for their home.
Definitely.
But you can only do that if you're working on yourself. You can only do that if you're constantly working on sharpening your skills. You can only do that if you're willing, right, and you are coachable, and you're willing to grow with what's happening.
Yeah.
And that's something that I see in you, man. And
yeah, I
something
appreciate
that I
it.
encourage you to keep in the next couple of
Yeah, I think one of the things you told me that really stuck with me when I got in here is leave your ego at the door. Like, you're not going to know everything. And I feel like that's something that really helped in this. Just for anybody that's out there looking, to get into real estate, you're not going to know it all. Probably won't know anything, but, it's worth being patient, taking the time and working with people and just get around a good environment. I think me being around that environment before I got in real estate kind of carried that energy into here. So it definitely helped when I was around like-minded people.
Yeah. What is your intake on how Intero now, right, and how the system, the processes, the trainings, everything that Intero provides, right, for you as an agent? How has that helped you really get to where you're at now?
To me, I feel like they prepare you for rejections. They prepare you for the worst case scenarios. So when you do get those good scenarios, it was a lot easier because you just went through the harder situations. Role play. We go through a lot of different rejections. We go through a lot of that. And just as an agent, someone telling you that, hey, that's going to happen. It's going to happen a lot. It's going to happen more than you expect it to happen. I feel like they prepared us for that. Here at Intero, you guys prepared us for those situations. And as well as having a support system, making, if I do got to turn some paperwork in or anything, someone else is looking over that for me and making sure, it's done to the best of its ability.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you feel like you have the support, right? Most importantly, the skill development training that's helping you obviously deal with the hard objections or the rejections, right? Or preparing you for the situation when it comes. And I agree, man, because, one of the biggest things that when I got into the industry, there was very little of that, Yes, there was, training. Hey, you want to learn? Go online. Hey, you want to learn? Go on YouTube. Hey, you want to learn? There's different programs out there that you can follow. And real estate is such a small market or a small community that everybody does the same. Right?
Exactly.
But, with us at Intero, we really focus on helping you have an outline or a script that's going to help you currently with what's happening right
Exactly.
now, right? Because it's a total different market. It's a total different market. So knowing how to say it, when to say it, and the psychology behind what a seller's thinking, the psychology behind what a buyer is thinking, the psychology behind what a listing agent, a buying agent is thinking, right? So the psychology of what's happening is very important. I think that, and I know that for us here at Intero, that's always our focus, is to help you as an agent understand how you're going to be able to get to the end, which is closing an escrow and getting keys to that family or giving that check to that seller.
Exactly. And that's what we're here for. I mean, one of the things I asked a lot of people before I started, like, hey, should I go into real estate? Like, as I'm going through the process of taking the test. And then everyone's like, heck no, man. Like, COVID's going on. Like, how are you going to? And I've been hearing that most people have been producing more during COVID than they have, majority of the time they've been in this business. So, I mean, yes, in other words, being around this system, they prepared you for the COVID situations, prepared you how to approach it now. Online presence has been very big for us, and I think that plays a big part in it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it shows, man. It shows with the work that you're doing. It shows with the results that you're having. It shows with everything in you, because it shows that you're coachable, you're consistent, but most importantly, you're all in, and that's really what sticks out. And what I see in you, and I know that's why you're gonna make it, and you're gonna do great things in real estate, man. Not just now,
I appreciate it.
But forever, man.
Man, I definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it.
Man.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity, man. It definitely helps. I love learning, and shoot, I love serving people. I like, like I say, I enjoy going out, seeing new houses and houses that I'll be in potentially.
There it is. There we go.
So yeah, definitely,
good, man. So last question: who should look into Intero Real Estate Services here in Bakersfield? Who should reach out to us when it comes to real estate agents? Who should reach out to us?
So first, I would say people that are looking to purchase. We're passionate about our job here, guys. Like, it's not just about the capital. It's about really serving the community and, just having fun with our job. So I would say if you're someone who is really looking to have an agent that's going to follow up with you and make sure you're getting into a home that you really enjoy, that's somebody that should choose Intero. Also, for agents that kind of have that fear in them to start, this is definitely a great place to start and, be here for a while. But I do think new agents that kind of don't know on the borderline on where they should go or need some encouragement, this is definitely a place where you should be. Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, there you have it. Thank you so much, Chris, for being here, man, and taking the time.
Thank you.
Congratulations on being the Intero agent for the month of August. And again, your consistency shows, your dedication shows. There you have it, guys. I hope that this episode was, in one way or another, a way to help you and guide you, and maybe even inspire you to take the next step. And if you are, we are here ready to guide you, and we're here, most importantly, to walk the path with you. Intero Real Estate Services provides a lot of system processes, but most important, a lot of legal backup, as well as assistance and coaching and development to get you to be a successful entrepreneur, business owner during times like this. So we appreciate your time. Thank you so much. So there you have it. When you surround yourself in the right environment with the right tools, but most importantly with the right people, sky's the limit. So guys, we'll see you on the next episode.